PJ and Joe. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm a friend of PJ and Joe's and also a colleague of PJ's. I met PJ 15 years ago when we were naive and hopeful interns. And if I remember right, I met Joe 10 years ago at a whiskey party at PJ and Lori's house. I'm here to introduce the next song, which is the song Breaths by Sweet Honey in the Rock, with a particular focus on one of our friends who has died before us. It's a song about our ancestors and people who are no longer with us, which it's a very appropriate song for a wedding because even though a wedding is about our love in the present and our hope for the future, it's also about the coming together of two people and the families who have made those two people into what they are now. Parents, of course, have a very strong influence on our personalities. Also, our partners have a strong influence on our personalities. And sometimes, if we're very lucky, there's a friend who also helps to mold us into the person we are right now. And PJ had such a friend. His name was George Miller, and he died 8 years ago. As everyone who knows George knows that George lived his life out loud. He taught us all a lot, everyone who knew him. He taught us how to loosen up. He taught us how to live in the present, and he taught us how to accessorize. If George were here today, he'd be standing beside PJ telling him what to do and what to say. And if PJ was smart, which he is, he would do it. I don't mean it to sound like it was a controlling thing, because it wasn't like that. George had very intricate relationships with everybody that he met, not just family and friends, but even with people that he met as passersby. And it was a beautiful thing to watch. It was like a dance or an opera. Not always able to be understood, but very fascinating nonetheless. So he lived with few shoulds and even fewer apologies. He was warm, welcoming. He was opinionated and stubborn. He was our friend. We loved him. He was George. And this is a little bit of an inside joke, but I can't leave without saying one thing. He was George Miller.